Hello viewers, welcome to Khalajan's Kitchen. I'm Farhanda and today I'm making a roasted spatchcocked chicken. It's also called as butterflied chicken. By taking the backbone out, the chicken is able to lay flat and hence cook more evenly. I will start by preparing the marinade. For that, I have taken 1.5 cup of fresh mint, 1 green mango which I peeled and cut into cubes, 5 green chillies, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of red chili powder, and 2 teaspoons of cumin powder. I added all these ingredients to a blender, added half a cup of water, and then blended them to make the sauce. I have taken a small whole chicken which weighs about 3 pounds. I will also need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. To cut the backbone, I have here a very sharp pair of kitchen shears. I will use a few dashes of the spicy pepper medley, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 6 to 8 teaspoons of the mango and the mint marinade. I will be using 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon paprika, half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, and half a cup of butter. I have here some vegetables which I am going to roast with the chicken. 3 medium potatoes, 3 medium carrots which I cut into small pieces, 3 onions which I halved. I've taken 1 whole lemon which I halved, and I took 2 celery sticks with their leaves and cut them into pieces. I will be cutting the potatoes into small pieces as well. It is very easy to spatchcock a chicken. I have placed the chicken breast side down and I'm going to locate the backbone and cut on each side of the backbone. I'm cutting the spine all the way to the tail end. Having sharp shears helps a lot. I will remove the entire backbone and set it aside. I had washed the chicken from outside and dried it with a paper towel and rinsed it from inside, but looks like it's not rinsed properly. So there are some kidneys and some liver left over. So I'm going to clean that with a paper towel because I'm not going to do it with water. We need the chicken as dry as possible. Now I will take a sharp knife and make a shallow cut on the breastbone and another shallow cut near the tail end. Before turning it over, I'm going to cut this extra piece of fat away. Now I will turn it over and press the breast side with both my palms to flatten it. The backbone that I took out, you can use it for stock. I will be roasting it with the chicken. I'm using the handle of a wooden spoon to separate the skin from the chicken in the breast area. You can use your hands, but you have to be very careful so that we don't tear the skin. I will separate the skin from the meat in the thighs as well. The chicken is now ready for the marinades and the spices. I will take the half a cup of butter and add the 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, 4 teaspoons of the mango and the mint marinade. I'm going to mix this thoroughly, and now we have the compound butter which I'm going to stuff under the skin of the chicken. It does seem like a lot of butter, but during baking all of this is going to melt and end up in the tray. But we will have a very crispy skin. And in the end, I'm going to season the compound butter with some salt. I will rub the 1 tablespoon of olive oil all over the chicken. This will help for the dry ingredients to stick to the skin. I will then rub half a teaspoon of salt and the black pepper all over the chicken. After that, the paprika to give it some color. And then I will add 2 teaspoons of the mango and the mint marinade. And now I will massage the entire chicken with the marinade and the spices and make sure that all the nooks and crannies are covered. I have taken 1 tablespoon of the compound butter and I'm going to place it under the skin of one of the breasts very carefully, and then when I push it, it will spread all underneath the skin. I will do the same procedure with the other breast and also with both the thighs. I have taken a medium-sized foil baking tray and placed my baking rack over it. I do have a proper baking tray, but it's too big. It's for a turkey, and this is a very small chicken. So you can use any baking tray that you want. Make sure that it has raised sides. I will place all the vegetables in the tray before I place the chicken on it. I will place the lemon cut side up in the center of the tray, so when it's covered with the chicken, it will flavor the chicken from the underside. If you don't have large lemons available, you can use 3 or 4 of the small kind or 3 or 4 limes. I had cut the potatoes in large chunks and now I will place those in the tray as well. I'm going to season the vegetables with garlic powder and the spicy pepper medley. You don't have to use them, you can use just plain salt and pepper. I also sprinkled the chicken with the spicy pepper medley and the garlic powder. Now I'm going to place the chicken over all the vegetables. I'm using my hands. I did not wear gloves this time, but I did wash my hands and take my rings off because I have to be very careful as there's chance of salmonella poisoning. And after I put the chicken in the oven, I'm going to clean all the surfaces with bleach. After placing the chicken in the tray, I'm going to fold the wings underneath the chicken so that they don't burn while cooking. I'm going to scrape all the spices and the marinade from the cutting board and place it on the chicken. It's all flavor and I don't want to waste it. I'm going to rub all the rest of the marinade onto the backbone and roast it with the chicken. I had preheated the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. After putting the chicken in the oven at that temperature, I baked it for about 10 minutes and then lowered the temperature to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. The chicken has now been cooking for 55 minutes and I did check it in between, and now I'm going to check the internal temperature. It should be 165. I inserted a meat thermometer on the thickest part of the chicken and got a reading of 168, so the chicken is now done. I shut the oven off and now I'm going to take the chicken out, but before I serve it, I'm going to let it rest for at least 15 minutes, and so it will give it time for the juices to settle. Now we have the chicken ready. I'll cut it into pieces and serve it with all the vegetables as a side dish. You can use the rest of the marinade for a dipping sauce. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Enjoy!